Necrophos is risky.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
First blood.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Put me out.
That's
Killed.
I just created beings much greater than the likes of you. Golden ones, light my way.
This is outrageous.
well, that's the only possible thing that I can do as Keepage. We'll try and fight SIBE here. Alright, Snowball towards the void. This is a bit scary. Chronosphere is available, but he doesn't need to use it. Just gets a kill on the Tusk and forces maybe a couple of spells. That's about it. Game, but overall, having a fine time here. Notice about to take that tower. Oh, look at that ward. I really like this ward because it is supposed to stop what the Tide is doing, but the Luna was not in position. You're supposed to get vision to stop the Meteor Hammer, as the Luna is not going to be stopped. Instead, they're going to get a double kill here on SquadX, and oh, they bring reinforcements. They bring everyone on VP, and they're going to try. SquadX just farming the enemy camps, making sure that, okay, Snowball forward, they do have that shard with a beautiful ulti from the Dawnbreaker, and they will punish SquadX. That killing spree is going to be given away to the offlaner. Should be fine. Good stack from Notice though. Are they going to try and steal this one? They do have vision of the stack as Klasnakrudo. Definitely taking a fair amount of damage. You're going to be careful because there is a Pugna nearby. Chronosphere is going to be used, kinda dodging the damage from the Dawnbreaker. At the same time, Klasnakrudo cannot get out the bash right as he leaves the Chronosphere. It's definitely quite lucky on the Volt. Battle of stacks here. They do have a lot of AoE here on VP, but you gotta be careful on how you approach it. And I like this. They're going from the low ground. They're not really putting themselves into a bad position. And look at that, the engagement. They're gonna get a good Walrus Punch onto FNG. He has the egg available as the Starbreaker will force that egg to be used, and really good stun actually finds this Dawnbreaker. There's not gonna be any way out for Klasnakrudo, and that's a 4k goal lead alongside so many stacks being farmed. This is not ideal in our range. He's gonna be gushed up and eventually killed by Notice. VP just ramping up the pace, and they really left side. They have this AA here, but alright, they don't actually go for the Void kill. They're gonna get the Wisdom Rune first, and this might actually bait the Void in the first place, as the Chronosphere will have to be forced and used here. Can he get a kill on the AA? It looks like he will. AA Blast gonna be used. Kiritich cannot mitigate that damage, and they will find the Void and the Wisdom Rune, so not that shabby of a move by SIBE, as now they're gonna be disengaging here. TNA Blast in the Ancients of the Radiant side. Is that a kill? Can we kill this guy? Walrus Punch, and they get it. Dead ward, allowing them to kill the Void again. SIBE just doing a pretty good job. Ravage finds the Dawnbreaker. LSA plus Laguna finds another one. Can they TP Red Dragon away? They cannot. So killing spree for Pugna. They're gonna pay a big price, but some ultimates were being used as well. But this is not the end of the world. I heard an Eclipse here, and they will find that Pugna. Now, that's Fear. Can you run away? Holding on to the Arcane, to the Manta for now. As SquadX, the LSA is not going to land, and this is going to be a lot of damage. The Poison Touch, VP, they get baited in SIBE. They're going to munch down on VP Flash right now, and this is... Nothing's really gonna happen on this bottom side. That's a full HP tower, by the way. This is unacceptable, I think. Oh, okay, they just walk up to the Phoenix. Egg's gonna be used. Can the Tusk run away? So far, it doesn't look like that's the case. and they will lose the AA. Maybe the Tusk as well will respond, buys time. Can this Tusk TP? No, he's anchored up by that Tidehunter. Skirmishes still looking for the Dawnbreaker, but eventually will give up. So that is the full roster of VP on the VP. Maybe if SIBE was ready to respawn, they could have been punished by showing up as 5 without having all of their cooldowns, but it's not really gonna matter so far as Crudo gets gushed up and anchored by the Tidehunter. Really good AA blast, might find FNG. He doesn't have the Phoenix Egg as we talked about. Shard locking the bird in place. They are waiting for some sort of follow-up. The Snowball did not get used. Really good Grave though, and the Snowball a little bit redundant in that sense, but if they can find any other kills, oh, the Ravage finally comes back, but this Sphere is gonna be healed up by that Dawnbreaker OT, but with the Sunray and the LSA, this is gonna be a double kill, maybe even more. They lose that toss. Triple kill for Skirmishes as the entirety of SIBE gets killed in front of their tower. It didn't start that bad. Great use of those. We do see the Tusks still trying to get that Blink Dagger very late. Ooh, LSA is not gonna find Crudo as he will use the hammer to disengage, but so much slow. And the final Nether Blast claims they kill Sayu. Finds that one as they did kill FNG. But definitely not a worthwhile trade. Skirmishes going for his BKB, no? As the Lina. Oh, that's an AA blast. An AA dead, sorry. Oh, Nesphere going for the tower here. Will use the Manta, but he's still stuck to that anchor, and now so much damage playing out. Grave will buy a little bit of time. Nesphere, his BKB trying to TP away. They could have some bashes available, and they do. So that's a double. 4 Squadix make it 3 with the Chronosphere being used, and that is a dominating streak for the Void. And Seo is slowly but surely being baited and taken care of in multiple side lanes. That Lina finds the A bot, finds the Dazzle mid, and now gets the Tusk on top of it. Just they might find is FNG. So, you know, it's a kill, but that's the worst kill they could have probably got as Warrior's Punch. They will get a very clean kill here on FNG, even get a stack in the process, but can they even get this tier 1 tower? At the end of the day, there's Chronosphere and Ravage. I think in about a couple of seconds. Get that Midas right now. Their future is very grim. What's the win probability, by the way? Because I would say it's like 90% for VP, but maybe Gaben knows something that I don't. Oh, Nesphere, he's gonna find a couple of pretty tough heroes as he just goes forward here. Can he get enough damage? He will. Glimmer Cape on Sayu will allow him to live as a 2-man LSA finds the rest of the heroes. In that case, just the Tusk, because BKB was available for the Luna. Can they get the Grave? They will. So, Erase buying some time here for this Luna. I don't think he's gonna get the second Grave off though, as he will be forced to blink away, and the Gush is not gonna find him. I mean, that's still a carry and a support dying for just that one hero. A blast off the mark. Does clip Sayu, but the real damage doesn't find him. And now the blink from Erase finding Squadix. Can he actually get that kill? They will. Notice doesn't have a Ravage, and the Dawnbreaker looking for it, but the anchor locking Dawnbreaker in place will be forced out as the Chronosphere is not going to... I mean, it's not available, but they still get that kill nonetheless. Interesting fight. Smoke here from SIBE, knowing that the Aegis has expired. I mean, notice is a really hard kill, and they're gonna find the Phoenix again, but yeah, Bless is off the mark, and they do have detection here for this bird, but the LSA with the side of Vice. Squadix from the left side finds that kill without Nesphere. His ulti is meaningless. The Dawnbreaker tried to keep Luna alive, but it's not gonna matter. They will lose everyone but this Dazzle. And this has been the story the whole game. SIBE unable to even scratch VP's back as they get trampled and eventually killed as well. GG. This Fierce choice here, so it's gonna be the even though he pushes the Timber away, he's already pushing this lane quite a bit because of the aggro he drew. Now Sayu here taking a fair amount of damage from the Dragon. So yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. Just underwhelming performance, and okay, Blood Grenade's gonna be dropped there with another, yeah, VP. I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking about this lane, but that is, I was like, is there some very high level play that they can pull off here that I'm just unaware of? And there's has the chance to heal off his HP if he wants to, but he actually wants to kill that Tiny. He is very envious of that Christmas tree he's carrying. He wants it for himself, and it's Rain Prince that picks it up again. Bottom side. And finally, notice he's gonna get a big creep full of experience, and now they're gonna get on top of him. Can they kill him before he gets the experience? Oh, the range creep will die only after he falls, and maybe regretting this this Timbersaw pick, at least just yet. Oh, they go for this NP. Clap's gonna be put out with a Inkswell that actually hits the NP. Beautifully done on the illusions. Scripts dying under tower here, Nesphere. This is not a good play. He had to draw aggro from those scripts in the tower. At the same time, the mid lane, they get a kill on the Invoker. NPTP plus the Tusk, allowing SIBE to see the NP stacking the Ancients as well. So SIBE, I mean, they're doing a really good job. In fact, notice you might fall here as his Timber Chain animation gets cancelled by Nesphere's Boundless Strike. Very nicely done. Pro gets another one, or I guess erase in that sense, the Tusk. So he understands what they want to do, but look at that. A decent amount of vision being put out. I heard a Walrus Punch, but I'll toss back into the Invoker. This is pretty good, but the Snowball back to where he came from, and it's gonna find two supports. Sayo gets the Wisdom Rune, but what is the price that they're gonna pay? So far, it feels like Tusk is gonna be the one, because Sayo is gonna be okay. The Fairy Fire just buys a little bit of time as Tusk uses his Phase Boots, but the last right click from SquadX will pick that one up. 4 heroes in the top lane. They do secure their Wisdom Rune, and they find a Tusk, so very low here. Did recover in CS a little bit, as we do see that Dual Breath doing a lot of damage. Oh, but look at the Monkey King. He's here. He's going to be stunned by that Inkswell. Can they find Kirtich first? They don't. But at the end of the day, it is Rain Prince that gets another kill, bro. He is dominating right now, and I'm not sure about this. Nesphere would definitely like to have at least a couple of these kills. Finally, gets the first in this game, as now Erase shows up with this beautiful shard blocking him. And do see Nesphere just chilling there. I was actually maybe a bit afraid, expecting a rotation. So it was in the trees as the creeps through a creep wave. Toss back onto Erase. Walrus Punch with beautiful OT from this Jakiro. Already up at 9 minutes. This is insane, as Nerdo holding this Tusk in place, and he will run through the Macropire. No way for the Naga to do the same. 4 and 10 as SquadX gets found. Can Erase survive the shard block? Actually, maybe could have bought time, as eventually the illusion with Inkswell dies, allowing Rain to live for a little bit, but eventually falling. Double kill for SquadX, and that is a Erase. Wants to secure. Okay, good shard block. EMP with the Vessel Cold Snap's not gonna land, but look at Sayu. Very good angle from the right side. Finds this Tusk, and he will be baited into that rune. But Nesphere shows up, wants to help. Nice Tornado dispelling a little bit of the Jingu stacks that were acquired, and now good OT from the Grimstroke, holding those two heroes in place. Class Noctrudo. He needs all of them. Now SquadX just moving forward. They will break the smoke. Good Tornado finds this Monkey King. They're gonna apply that Vessel, and I don't think there's anything that can possibly save Nespheres. Finally, he's gonna dodge the Inkswell with that Mischief. Good Boundless Strike, but it doesn't matter. Dominating streak for SquadX. Amazing rotation from VP, and that's the type of map movements I was talking about in game 1. Even if SIBE has the advantages in the lane, it feels like VP, they are equipped to deal with all of that. Good Timber Chain away. Snowball's not gonna land, as they do have that Inkswell with the bug, preventing the stuns from casting any spells, and the damage is just too much. The Inkswell's gonna stun him, and the Whirling Death will eventually get that kill. Oh, look at that Tornado. SIBE, they're gonna lose one Grimstroke, but this is already so bad for them. Class Noctrudo finally shows up. This is way too late of an appearance, as now they are looking for anything else. That's 2 supports on the side of VP, but they lost their Tusk for their 4th time. I don't even know. He had such a good laning stage. Potentially connect with the supports on the left side. There is one Tusk farming the big jungle on the right side, and they seem to be aware of that. They have a ward. Sayu, King 12. Oh, beautiful Sprout that buys a little bit of time, but Inkswell still connects, and they have the EMP. This NP is dead. And now going for a heart, so it seems like his orchid is pretty much completed here. As okay, they're gonna engage onto Notice with the NP, with the Sprout, with the Nern, with the War's Punch, and now the Macropire damage will suffice to get that kill. As the Naga Illusion just doing a lot of damage, and they will lock both the Brew and the Jakir of the Soulbind, but he will be able to OT. First OT of the game, I want to say, as FNG will fall, and it is Nasfear that picks that one up. So, not a bad trade. It's gonna be a support for a core and FNG. Can they get more though? The Blink from Erase will not being farmed here. Erase cannot deal with those illusions. Sayu, infiltrated here, will be found by Rain Prince. The Tumbler's toy being used as Wukong's command is going to be taunted. Finally used. Ice Path though, used as the Jakiro dies. Way too many heroes on the left side as the Monkey King gets found. Notice was waiting for him. Beautiful stuff. And he cannot get away, I believe. There's no one to aid him. And this Monkey King will be killed by the thing he loves the most. Trees. Oh no. Last Nakrudo trying to pressure the tower, but oh, Song of the Siren, that ward still paying dividends here as they will drop the Orchid and Yasnair, making sure that Tusk dies for... How many deaths does Tusk have? I think he died like 6 times or something like that. As the NP actually TP in front of that Tusk with the Sprout blocking him. They have the Ice Path and the damage to be able to find Sayu. Ice Path actually finds Quadix as he has a haste rune, so could easily disengage from this Wukong's command. Oh, Nasfi. Okay, that's a class Nakrudo dead, and the Grimstroke paying off very, very much. And that's why this brewing to Grimstrokes is always very scary. You to deal with what the Brewmaster wants to do. Now, the Monkey King still, you know, relatively farm, but he has no farming items at the end of the day. In fact, he might be dead. Good Ice Path buying some time, but Sayu was on the left side. Will be able to get the Avatar Sunstrike. Will probably find us. Maybe he dodged it? I think he dodged it with the Mischief there. Maybe production can aid us, as Sayu is going to be slowed down. They have the Vessel from that NP, and with the Sprout blocking his path, he should be dying. Alright, finally for SIBE, they get something. Thing is, the tower falling on the side of SIBE is a tier 2, whereas SIBE, they're not even willing to showing the tower, as Notice will get the Wisdom Rune, and that's a dead race. Oh my lord. Such on the left side, very unlucky there for SIBE. Squad X has that Inkswell going. Will find Lonely. The stun is there with the silence. Oh my lord, Erase. This is just too much. Okay, they're gonna drop the Macropire with the Ice Path. A lot of damage flying out. As Notice, we'll use the Timber Chain to get out, but finally, the Boundless picks that one up. So that's core for core, but it's so boy, this smoke's gonna break, but yeah, that's a weird thing. The NP gets found on this side, but what about the Brew? He gets killed up. Doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have a Lotus Orb. Unable to deal with that Grimstroke.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh no. And now Erase is by himself, 5 levels behind that Timber, 1 level behind the support. And that Snowball, it's not gonna suffice. It's really good free throw, as now he will be able to blink away, but at the cost of his support dying. Good TP from Erase, but it feels like such a small consolation prize. Like, I think this is like a 95-5 or something. I don't know. Oh, they cut the tree. Nasfear. I mean, we talked about Monkey King being good in lane against the Timbersaw, but what about afterwards? Alright, Snowball's gonna connect. They do get the Warrior's Punch finally using the Brew Split. The Rock is gonna find that Invoker as they're gonna dispel the stun with the Inkswell, and Erase will be tossed into the air and eventually killed by Kiritich. The damage is there. They will get the kill with the Macropire, but those illusions are ramming up onto the Brewlings. FNG will be able to disengage with that Bug Silence, and 3 dead for 1, maybe 4. As this Erase Brewmaster will eventually and surely fall. Maybe a nice path could be the difference maker here. It's not gonna be. They have the Blink, they have the Avalanche, they have so much control for the poor Brewmaster, and this game almost jumps into that Tornado. Cold Snap, EMP will drain all of his mana, but he should be fine. As Erase forced to BKB here, what's happening? Snowball gonna be used onto Kirtish as they have that Ink Swell to cancel his Blink Dagger, and Sunstrike will, alongside Notice, find the kill, and they find this Jakiro by himself. That BKB was freshly bought, which means there's no buyback for the Tusk, and this game could be pretty much ending right now. The Jakiro has a buyback and doing damage to the bottom side. Okay, Monkey King drops his ulti, Boundless Strikes, totally wasted. BKB onto Timbersaw, BKB to dodge the EMP as they are doing no damage. The Grimstroke's still alive, by the way, as finally, no, he's still alive. Erase will die. I think his BKB is still on cooldown for the last fight. Good Hurl Boulder, locking the Invoker in place, but there's just no damage. There's no hope. There is absolutely nothing that they can do, and they find this Monkey hiding in the trees. GG flies out, and SIBE, they get destroyed 2-0 in this series.